welcome to my thick skin only platform, y'all. Mo reached up where you know you're gonna get your feelings hurt over here. And I got a special guest on here. For real, she can come on here, man. I'm actually planning on bringing her here more times because she spits it raw and uncut too. She spit it raw and uncut. And we got Marissa. This is the second time I have you on my panel. Thank you. It's an honor to have you back on here. How you doing?
I love being on here. Thanks for having me back.
Anytime. So what's been going on? I have talked to you a couple of days ago or something on Facebook. We was talking about New Jersey clean. I don't know what the hell is going on in New Jersey because I'm trying to focus on what's going on here in the Midwest. Chicago. I'm like an hour away from Chicago. I'm in Wisconsin right now. But it's hard to keep up what's going on everywhere. So what is going on?
Well, I participated in the New Jersey cleanup, which was organized by Scott Pressler and headed up by Darius Mayfield in Newark, New Jersey over the weekend. It was on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bunch of us. I believe there was 50-something volunteers. It was like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And, I didn't stay the entire time, but I stayed for a good chunk of it. And we cleaned up, and it was awesome. Cory Booker wasn't there, of course, but, who expected him to be?
Yeah, so it's the New Jersey cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow. So how y'all trying to clean that up? I mean, bring it to you. Bring it to them.
Well, it was a mess. There was a lot of needles. There was a lot of trash. We saw a lot of the citizens of Newark that some thanked us. Some were like, why are you bothering? They're just gonna let it go. Again, they're just gonna let it go. It's a lot of disenfranchised Americans there who just think that, and they're right, that their elected officials within the city have abandoned them and let them down. Mm-hmm. But yet they keep voting for the same ones over and over and over again.
Yes.
So, but we did what we could, and it was really successful.
All right.
So yeah, it was awesome. I'm from Long Island, so
okay,
Long Island, New York. So I took
New York.
Yeah, I'm about, from my house to New York City, it's about 50 minutes. And then I took another train to Newark, about 20 minutes, without the problems that we had on the way back. Because we had a few little problems, which cut into the train that I was supposed to take home, so it delayed my trip home, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, and then from Newark, the meetup place was about half an hour away from there. So it was a long travel, but it was worth it to me.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, Janine Maga, Conservative Patriot? Thank you everybody for coming out here. Make sure y'all share this because this needs to get out here, y'all. Sharing is caring because the New Jersey cleanup need to be talked about, need to be presented.
Well, it's not even just the New Jersey. It started with the Baltimore one.
Okay.
Yeah. Scott Pressler organized a Baltimore cleanup, which I believe he's going back. And from there, him and Darius Mayfield set up the one for Newark. There's going to be more in the state of New Jersey. I want them to come to New York. And yeah, we're trying to make this a countrywide thing. So if you're in the silent majority and you think that you can't make a difference, just tell us or tell Scott where you want him to clean up, and I'll come. If it's within reason, not too far, I'll come. Some people say that New Jersey was a little far, but I love it there. So maybe not Newark, but I love the state of New Jersey as a whole, and I think that there's hope for Newark. Right now, it's a mess, but
you in an area.
We're doing what we can.
And it's an honor because you are down there and you are one of the most important part of the movement down there. You are important down there because they have not woke up. You are one of the great awakening. That's it.
Well, I try.
But you are. And we have to recognize that we are the great awakening.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make a difference and, wake one person up, then especially for like royal blue areas, you've done a good thing, I guess.
Yes. And I love what you're doing. I got my cousin in the chat room. I got my cousin in the chat room. Hey, cuz.
Hi.
Yeah. You can't see the comments, right?
No.
Oh, I can see all the comments right here. I got like I'm on the phone over here. Like, you got the Southern Patriot. They love you in here. You got a lot of love here in the chat room.
Hi, everybody.
You got a lot of love. Hold on, let me give my cousin a wrench. Oh, that's my cousin right here. Give him a wrench. There you go. All right. Yeah, Bruce Elliott in the house. What's going on, Steven? How you doing, Steven? But dang it. So how far you are in New Jersey right now, right?
No, I'm in New York.
Oh, you're in New York. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm from Long Island, New York. So
Long Island. Okay. So since you're from New York, you could take a lot of stuff. Then you could words ain't gonna hurt you then. Because I'm from Chicago. You from New York, so we get the same type of mentality.
Yeah, but actually, believe it or not, on the way back, after I got back to the city from Newark,
yeah,
I was taking the train back to my house, and there was a black man with dreadlocks, and I had my walkaway shirt on. I was gonna have my Smalls Nation shirt. I don't know if you've heard of them, smallsnation.com.
Okay.
It's SMALLZ Nation.
Okay.
They're more subtle Patriot gear, and the owner of the clothing line is a friend of mine, and she was there. She actually drove me from the train station. I was gonna wear that shirt, but it was in the wash, so I couldn't. So I ended up wearing my walkaway shirt, and it's the not a racist, not a bigot, not a homophobe, not a Democrat.
Right.
And I got so many compliments on the way home. I had a black man with dreadlocks saying, you know what, identity politics, shouldn't dictate how you vote. Because, obviously I'm in a wheelchair, so we, I guess, fall into the identity politics category. But
tell them that you are run them over with your wheelchair.
That I'm what?
You will run them over with your wheelchair.
Oh, yeah. I'll run over anybody who messes with me.
You run this. Ain't nobody gonna push you around.
They can when I'm lazy. They can push me.
Hey, see, that's how we talk, y'all. Love it.
They can if I'm tired. I did get a little tired that day in the sun after I was there for like 4 hours.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, it was fun.
Janine said, nice shirt. She had to get one.
Oh, the not a racist, not a bigot, not a homophobe.
Yeah.
Not a Democrat. Yeah.
No, we're not.
No, that's Brandon Strock. Walk away.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, that's his shirt.
Man, I love this movement. This is a great movement, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It shows the lack of caring from elected officials, and it shows, and I feel like it promotes small government, because why not just take it into your own hands as a citizen, or even a citizen of another state, and go there and help people clean it up and give them hope, because that's the main thing that I've noticed is people just walked back and forth, to and from wherever they were going, and it was just like another day to them. Yeah, some thanked us, but it was a lot of them were like, why are you bothering? And they're just gonna let it go again, and it just didn't even make a difference when they were walking like,
Mm-hmm.
and they would see the trash or anything. Me, because of my situation being in a wheelchair, it even bothers me when there's sidewalks that aren't great.
Mm.
Like, and I'm not just talking about like if a garbage can is in my way or if, you know, snow isn't plowed, which those two things do happen a lot, but I'm talking just, you know, the cracks in the sidewalks, you know, these things I feel like need to be fixed. Otherwise, it's going to look like a mess and it's going to be hard for people.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just me, like for I'm one that doesn't really let my disability affect me, but there's a
Yes.
lot of people who will stay home, who won't do things. And then it's not even just disabled, it's the elderly who can trip and fall, young
Yes.
kids who can trip
Mm-hmm.
and fall, you know.
Real talk.
There's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up.
It's good. Look, we can't play the victim. We can't have that victim
No.
mentality.
Mm-mm.
That victim mentality. Woe is me. You ain't like, woe is me. I'm not walking. I can't walk. Look, this Samson said, woe is me at the end when he was blinded. He was blinded and he still had a strength. He still had power of all flesh.
I had a really cool, I don't know if I don't quote me because I don't know. A lot of people had gloves, but there was almost immediately a reach handed to me, which is basically a device that you hold and you push, and it has like a grabber at the end of it. And a lot of people with disabilities use them because they can't reach something that's high if they're sitting in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I was using that all day. So there was literally no excuse for anybody why they couldn't come out and, you know, support and do something.
Next.
There's always something that you can do. And especially in this age of technology, like this is separate from the cleanup, but as far as, you know, having a disability, there's literally, I don't want to say everybody because there's people who actually can't, who I believe the government should be there for. But
Mm-hmm.
if, for the most part, if you have a phone, if you have a computer,
Yes.
there's so much that you can do to make a difference, make a living. You know, it's my dream to not need to live on my check
Mm.
because they do it to keep you poor, even the disabled. You know, people say a lot about welfare and stuff, but they do it even to the disabled. They do it to keep you and make you dependent on them to the point where you're scared to death to lose that help and strive to actually make a difference in your own life and be able to afford to help other people because of striving to make a difference in your own life. So, you know, ultimately it is my dream to not have to. I would love to do speaking engagements, you know, whether it's about being independent, being patriotic, you know, striving, whatever it is. All of that to me falls into push past paralysis because it's not just physical. And I feel like, especially for people who are still quiet and still part of the silent majority,
Yeah.
they need, they might need multiple voices to be able to, you know,
Yes.
figuratively stand up and, you know, say something
Right.
and encourage them in their own lives. So that's something that I would love to do.
And this is what I'm talking about. Listen, everybody, this is a testimony because you have never walked a day in your life.
Actually, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've had like 8 surgeries plus. Um, growing up, I used to do PT in elementary school,
Yes.
and I used to walk with braces and a walker, and I hated it.
Okay.
And for with spina bifida, you kind of like swivel and shuffle, and it makes it worse and more susceptible to a dislocated hip again. So I don't walk. I'm obviously very active otherwise, but I choose not to walk because it was just always a
Okay.
pain in the
Okay.
ass.
So, okay. All right. All right. That was
Many do. There's many different levels. So there's some who do, some who don't who have more paralysis than I do. There's a bunch of different levels, which is kind of why I don't like why I don't talk specifically about the actual disability, because it's so broad.
Right,
And
right, right, right.
it's not all I define myself by, so it's just like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Who
Just talk.
cares?
Yeah. I feel you.
It's like, who cares?
Like who cares? You know what I'm saying? Next, we got other stuff to worry about. We ain't got time for all this, but we're gonna talk about what's going on in this country, what's going on in this society right now.
That's that's my biggest thing, because
Right.
there's people who, no matter what identity politics you fall into, there's people who are so dead set on their own that it's like, I question them, and I'm like, do you realize that your rights that you still have, that you're afraid are going to be taken away from you 2.5 years into an administration that have not been taken away from you, that the news has just scared you is going to be taken away from you? You realize that without a country, you won't have those rights to begin with. So why don't we just take care of the country as a whole first, deal with things like the economy and the national security, and then once we're all good in those areas, then maybe we can appease you with your identity politics if we want to. Or you could just do it for yourself.
For yourself.
I don't know.
Too much truth, y'all. Listen, words of wisdom. Words of wisdom, y'all. Like, damn. I like the way you think, Marissa.
You know what? That actually probably means more than Candace Owens and Kanye West when he said, I like the way Candace Owens thinks. That's my version of it right there.
Yes.
Mo just said, I like the way you think.
Right. Like, damn. Look, I literally today, not to jump on subject, I had a cousin. Me and him was so tight. I did everything in my world for this dude. World for him. Defending him. No one liked him in the family. He's pro-black dude, right? All of a sudden, I support Trump. Now they just kind of like flipped on me. They flipped on me like, hold on. I'm the same guy that gave you a place to stay. I'm the same guy that give people my last money. Now all of a sudden, I'm this house nigga and it's fucking coon.
And they don't even ask you for the actual reasons.
Right.
Like, how often are you asked why you actually, support the president? And then how often do they listen for that response? It's, they hear Trump and it's, oh, okay, you must be this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm. You must be this. You must be this. You must be that. Oh, you hang around with white supremacists. I promise you, I have went out of town with many Trump supporters, stay at their house, and they all white. I talk about people with Confederate flags. Them people were cool as hell. They barbecue for you. They cook for you. They never said the N-word to me.
Exactly.
Actually, they called their own self a cracker.
And you know what? How many times you hear that word with like rap songs and stuff? You know what? I don't like it for anybody.
Right.
I don't like it for anybody.
Anybody. Oh, you got me. Just want to just be on fire right now.
Go ahead.
Right now, Marissa. Man, because people need to wake the hell up. If you don't wake the hell up, you're going to stay asleep. That means you would never see things. You're going to lay there in your sleep. You're going to lay there in your sleep and you ain't going to wake up. People are like, wake up, wake up, wake up. You're going to still be like that. Wake your tail up. Next. Go ahead, Marissa. I'm sorry, I'm bad. This is you the guest. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. No, you're right. I feel like if people don't take advantage of the devices that we're both looking at right now and actually research for themselves and don't just take what the news or the swamp elected officials tell them, if they don't actually research it, you know what? And I think that what's happening now is there's a lot of good for the individual American, where there's still a silent majority. Like there's many that are speaking up, but there's a lot of silent, and they're just, you know what? doing their jobs, living their lives, and noticing the positive differences that are happening right now.
Real talk.
It's the truth. I mean, there's only so much that the news or the entertainment industry can have influence anymore. And there's only so many lies that can be covered up because people are going to find it.
You are so right. Man. Everybody fight censorship by sharing this video because this needs to get out here. This needs to be heard. The truth needs to be heard. And wow. So much, Marissa. So what we got to do? I mean, what is the main important thing that we got to do in the next, before 2020? What do us, the people, we the people, got to really do? What's the main important thing that we have to do before, the election day in 2020?
Voter fraud is still, in my mind, the only thing
Yeah.
that can stop Trump being reelected. That's the only thing, because there's a lot more people waking up every day. There's a lot more people even just questioning. If you're smart enough to question, it's fine with me if you don't like President Trump. It's fine with me if you don't want to vote for him. Just don't vote for the other side either.
Yeah.
Like, if you're willing to open your mind and question things, that's all we can ask for right now. And you have to be willing to do things for your own communities. You can't just sit around and wait for the government to do it. Especially for people who tout small government. For the people who really want a small government, it's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you to take your own community in your own hands and do something about it. If you really don't want the elected officials in your business, get ahead of it and do something. And that's why we have people like Scott Pressler. That's why we have Darius Mayfield. They're the two that headed up the Newark cleanup and the Baltimore and different ones that are coming up. And I mean, anybody can set up their own and, just send them a message. Do you want to be part of this? Let it be a chain reaction instead of the chain reactions being, okay, shooting after shooting, or, this person's getting beat up on a train here for wearing a MAGA hat, or this hoax is being talked about that never happened because they just want to incite violence. Well, okay, how about we make a chain of good and positive things?
Real talk, everybody. Real talk.
And if there's anybody with other ideas of what we can do, don't be afraid to share it with people who can, make a difference. I'm actually working on a law to update the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Okay.
Which, it's severely outdated and you can't really enforce anything in it before 1990, because then it's considered a pre-existing building and you can't really do anything to it. So I'm I have most of the text to it, and I'm just looking for a co-sponsor. If there's any good elected officials that do support the president, that anybody knows in any of their cities across the country, please find me on social media and put me in contact with them. Because I want somebody. I don't want to just do, somebody random. I definitely don't want to go for a Democrat in my area. I would ideally like to get it straight to the president, which is why I've done a Periscope on it. I've done a YouTube video on it. I would love to just get it straight to the president because I mean he was in the building business. So as far as making a difference with the physical stuff, I mean it doesn't even go just for the physical. I want more job training for people living with disabilities. I want caretakers to be able to actually get taken care of that take care of people living with disabilities because they put their life on hold and then they only get paid a certain amount.
Yeah.
And I want to uncover the corruption too because $200 billion is supposed to be allocated to the approximately 54 plus million Americans who are living with disabilities, but yet we're 20% of the world's poorest. So where's that money going? And if you count what's not equipped, like I said, I was just on a train, and I could swear that I was on a train once a couple of years ago where every car had to have a ramp that you can just wheel right in. I was just on the train over the weekend for the cleanup, and apparently now it's every other car. It used to not even be that. It used to just be I had no idea where I was going, just follow the handicap sticker sign and figure out, which car. But I think all of them should have to. Because they all have the little section next to them. So, you know what? They should just have a spot for the disabled.
Yes.
And it would actually, because what a lot of people do who are living with disabilities, it disenfranchises them automatically to the point where they don't, there's not many that'll go and do things if they know that there's a possibility even that it's not equipped.
Yes.
So why not give them that freedom?
That freedom.
And also, even ones who don't want to or can't leave their house, there's jobs available for everybody. There's a difference that you can make just by having a computer in your house. If you can have a computer in your house or a phone in your hand to complain about being disabled on social media or, feel down about life or yourself,
yes,
that you can flip it. There's always an opportunity to flip it and change it for the positive and do something about it.
Come on, Marissa. Come on.
And it drives me crazy. You're getting me on a tangent here, but it drives me crazy when people are so when they push back against that because it makes me feel like I don't have a choir to preach to because they're not getting the message. I would love to coach people living with disabilities to be able, if they don't know that there's opportunities out there, if they don't know that they can do a lot to change their mind even if they can't change their body. I would love to be able to mentor and coach people like that in your audience, or if anybody shares this video, I would love it. Just contact me.
Go ahead, y'all. Contact them. I'll put the link right here, and it'll link it to email and everything. Because man, we need to get down to business. We need to get down to the problem.
Because, like I said, it's not just the government. There's a lot we can do to change laws and stuff, but sometimes it just comes down to us changing something within ourselves and within our own communities. It can't just be changing a law. You can't, and that's another thing. So many people in many different demographics and many different upbringings, or whatever you want to call it, they think you can legislate away hurt feelings. You can't. You just have to make yourself stronger.
You have to.
And, that's all part of my message. So hopefully it resonates with somebody, and hopefully I can maybe, be invited somewhere to speak, or, start working one-on-one with people in your audience. I'm open to anything.
And she is. It's like, wow, 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 wow. We got, man, this is a great movement that we have, y'all. I don't think a lot of people know this. They got it through their greasy head, but this is the greatest movement ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
The MAGA movement is something that we're not going to see again.
Yes, we won't see that again.
I mean, we're going to have it for another 6 more years, but still, it's unless we get Don Jr. in there after.
Yeah.
There's never going to be another. I mean, and even him, like, I love him, but there's never going to be another President Trump. Not like this one.
I want to see Don Jr. Ooh, in the future.
Me too. I was so disappointed. Like, I'm happy for him, and I'm happy he's coming out with a book, and I really hope he does a book signing in New York so I can see him again. But I wanted him to run for office in New York so badly. Yes. I was hoping that was going to be his announcement, but it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No. But hopefully, if he does do a signing, go to it, and I'll meet him and
I like Don Jr. Don Jr. is raw like his daddy is. He raw just like his daddy is. He says stuff like his daddy do.
He says more. I think
more unfiltered than his daddy is.
He is. That's what I was just gonna say. He's more because he doesn't have as much to lose. He's still technically just a regular citizen that can say whatever he wants. Yeah, he can get criticized for it, and he does. But I think that the president is unfiltered, but he knows his limit.
Yes.
And then he'll just be like, "Hey, Don, can you tweet this? Because I can't."
Stop it, Marissa.
It's a little too far for me. They're gonna get me in trouble if I say this. Can you do it?
Yeah. Like yeah. You can do that. Yeah. Woo this or woo that. Next.
That's what I see sometimes especially when he opens up for him. I'm like, he has to be. They have to be in each other's ear.
Mm-hmm. They have to.
Mm-hmm. Especially when something really serious is going down and the president really tries to keep his mouth shut. There's times where he's silent on Twitter for like 12 hours and we're all dying for his next tweet, and Don Jr. is going off. It's him. He's probably like, you know what? Here, I'm going on this account right now because I can't say anything online. And he probably also has another incognito account that none of us know.
Next. Y'all better recognize. You better realize, not just recognize, you better realize. You better realize what it is. Because if you realize what it is what it is. It is what it is. You gotta recognize what it is. But y'all don't do that. Y'all ain't hearing. I'm tired of I'm just tired of trying to smack your head, smack some sense in your head, knock some sense to you. You can't beat the devil out of nobody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, go ahead.
No, you're right. It's to the point where we have to just try to reach the middle because there's a portion of the country that I don't want to, put myself too out there and say this and have anything on my own head, but there's a portion of the country that you could show them evidence of, let's just say, former State Departments. I'm not going to say her name. Doing things, and they still won't believe it, which is why they're coming out. I don't know if you saw. I forgot who it was supposed to be, but it was Jim Carrey's face on a woman. I forgot what the interview was. It might have been. It was one of the late night shows, and it was recently, like within the last week. It was Jim Carrey's face on a woman, and they're doing that to get ahead of what might come out in video form, I think, so that people can be like, well, I never said that. That's a fake video.
Real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk, man. So what we gonna man? Do you think where do you see us past 2024?
I've tried to keep a level head and open mind and
Yeah.
not get myself upset over what isn't happening right now, because there's
Yeah.
people who get hysterical if
Mm-hmm.
something's not happening right now.
Let's talk about it.
But you have to realize that this corruption has been going on for a lot longer than some of us have been alive. And as powerful as he is, the president isn't going to be able to do all of it, or at least don't have the expectation that he can,
Right.
and be pleasantly surprised with whatever comes out. Because if you actually this goes into a deeper conversation on gratitude, but like if you were to actually make a list, because I mean there's lists out there to begin with, but they have to keep being added to, because he has a lot of accomplishments for somebody who's only been in office for like not even 3 years. And I feel like if you have he's in a way setting up the expectation that he's going to be able to do it all
Yes.
because of how much he's done, but you can't expect it, and you can't negate everything that he's already done and forget about it because he hasn't done what you want yet. So be
Mm-hmm.
grateful for what he's done, reflect on what he's done, and hope that, you know, the people who need to be caught for certain things will be caught.
Yes, they will.
And, you know, hopefully it's within the next 5-6 years. But if it's not, hopefully we do break the, I guess, rule that it's not really a rule. I don't know what you would call it, but generally the same party isn't president for more than 8 years. Hopefully we break that and elect another Republican after the president, and continue, and not just a Republican, because we don't want a rhino either, but somebody who's willing to pick up the torch where he leaves off at the end of his 8 years and continue, because this is like it's very deep seated,
Mm-hmm.
the stuff going on, and it might take a while. And I think the only reason that I feel like it's taking so long is because if we were to do everything with the snap of a finger, which I believe can be done, you know, there's a lot of things in this day and age that can be done quick. But I feel like if it were to be done so fast, we'd have another civil war.
Mm.
Because there would be those people who just won't believe it.
Yes. Yes.
And they'll go insane like we've seen.
Tell the truth.
I mean, you think you've seen insanity now? Like, just wait. And I think that's why we're getting drip by drip by drip. Because if we were to see all of it at once, it would be a mess. And we're kind of in our own echo chamber, preaching to the choir, where, okay, we all agree that this person's guilty, or that is really going on, or we've seen this video a year ago, we know what's going on. There's a lot of people who don't, and there's going to be a lot of people who are upset.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't, I'm not saying that should make nothing be done, and that should make things be swept under the rug and pretend they're not happening. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just think that that's the reason that it's going slower than what we'd like.
Mm. You hit that right on the money, bro. On the money. Man.
And a lot of people need to start following the accounts that are funny, because there's people that are hysterical, like in a bad way, like crying hysterical,
Yeah.
or bitching and moaning hysterical. And, following that day in and day out, you need a little humor and a little levity to the conversation.
Yeah.
So and follow people who you respect outside of politics too, because it's no wonder that some people go crazy because they're following something that they disagree with and they're pushing so hard against because they can't grasp what's going on.
Yes.
And it's just making them more frustrated and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there needs to just be a balance of everything.
A balance. A balance. Do y'all know what the word balance mean? A balance. When you balance stuff, you can function right. You can apply yourself. But if you are not balanced, you're screwed. Next.
And I feel like, this goes especially for the people who, I mean, they're probably not going to listen to a word I say anyway, but it goes for the people who follow accounts that they don't like. And maybe that is some of your audience. Maybe your audience does follow some Democrats or swamp dwellers on both sides that they don't like, but they like to go back at them. I don't tend to do that. Like, there's people who do, but I wouldn't recommend it if you can't find the humor in it. Like, if you're let's say, what's his name, Fredo Cuomo. Yeah, I'm calling him that for the rest of his life. If you want to follow him and tweet at him, be funny about, like, you can mean every word that you say, but like, if you're doing it and getting angrier about it, it's almost like putting your hand on a hot coal and expecting it to burn the other person.
You better say it.
You got to make sure that you're not being hurt by your own actions.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you can't stand Fredo Cuomo, you're better off just blocking and don't even try to, even if it's like a matter of fitting in with your friends on social media because they're going at him.
Right.
If you're getting upset by what his actions, I don't follow any of them. You can even X out when it says Twitter recommends.
Right.
Those ones drive people crazy because they're always, I get Hillary, I get, Cuomo, I get a bunch of them. And nothing on my page says that I would want to follow these people.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is just X that out.
Nothing.
You don't have to follow people that you don't like. You don't have to
get
upset by it,
You know.
And it's still the summer, guys. Like, I mean, at least in this part of the world, it's still the summer. Get out and enjoy things. And, you can, like we did in Newark, you can still make a difference while you're doing it. You can set something up. Like, I would love to get different things going in different communities. Like, even I don't have to head anything up, but it's one thing that I hope Scott Pressler and Darius Mayfield have inspired is people doing things in their own communities, even if it's not a cleanup, whatever it is, just like meeting people face to face, because there's people that, especially from dark blue states, that you would never expect would be on our side, I guess you would call it, and they are. And I think we can just get caught up too much in having the people who are against us in our face, whether it's, a Democratic ad or whatever, which I'm preparing you guys, we're going to be seeing that a lot because we're officially in election season. And I think that, it's just, we have to stop and take a breather and just, meet up with our tribe.
Mm-hmm. This is how we do it, y'all. Man. I see you put in the work. You have put in the work.
I try. I sometimes I feel like I wish I could do more, which is why I really want to get this bill passed, because there's the disabled community falls into victim mentality way too
Yes.
often.
Mm,
So anything that I can do to relieve that,
come on.
I want to do. Like, even if it means, passing the law in order to get more funding or training for jobs for people living with disabilities, I want to do that. If it means, making things more wheelchair accessible, I want to do that too. If I can, I'm not crazy thinking that I'm one person. I'm not going to be able to make every single place wheelchair accessible, but I can help people push past that in their mind, where it doesn't have to be in order for them to go. And I'm not, it's, a catch-22 sometimes, because I'm not saying that I don't want to make things accessible, as I'm saying for the individual to not let what isn't stop them. I want to do both. I want to do it all.
Yes.
I
Do it
lost my
all.
mo- I lost my mind a long time ago. I don't need to save any marbles that are loose. So you know what? I'm just gonna try to do it all.
That's right. Hey,
I'm
the
gonna need
best
help,
thing you can
but
do is try.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna need help if there's anybody out there that has any kind of connections. Like I said, even if it's a small platform where I can speak to a few people who are living with disabilities and are struggling, then I feel like I've done something. But it's hard to not be able to reach, because there's many of us. I've been disabled since birth. There's a lot of people who aren't raised in good families. There's people who were abandoned by their families. There's people who are just not surrounded by good people, and therefore don't believe in themselves, don't think they can do anything. So I just want to help. And that ties into, we don't need the government for that, because you can't change a
Right.
law and change the psyche of somebody
Mm-hmm.
simultaneously. So if I can handle the personal side while trying to pass a law, that's what I want to do.
Good. And you know what? That's where it's gonna be.
All right, just bring it on. Bring people to me. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Ready, ready, ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, everybody. Y'all better get ready. Get ready. We're gonna rock it, y'all. What's up, Big Glaze? What's up, Joseph? Thank you for finding my channel. I appreciate it. Janine Maga. What's up, Janine? What's up, girl? Tim Scott, everybody. Everybody share this.
Tim Scott? Tim Scott?
It
From the
says,
government? Tim Scott?
hold on, I'm watching somebody. It says, no, my fault, Tina Scott.
Oh,
I read that
hi,
wrong.
Tina. I don't mean to not be excited that you're here, but
Yeah.
when I hear Tim Scott, I thought, I'm
Trigger.
like, what?
You
Can
know,
he sponsor my bill?
maybe I just watched a Facebook video last night. Oh yeah, Tina Scott. My bad. I said Tim. I got bad eyes.
That's
Look,
all
I
right.
said Tina. I said Tina Scott. My bad, y'all. It's Tina Scott. Welcome everybody. We just here spitting some facts, y'all.
Does anybody have questions for us? Or
Anybody got questions in the chat room? It's open, y'all. Questions. Questions. Gina, you say I'm sorry I'm late. Good evening. Gina, that's mean I don't think you fully white. I think you're black, because black people are always late. Of course you're late. Love you, Gina. Welcome, Gina. Anybody got questions? Okay, Janine said, ask if she will run for office locally.
no,
She just
not
said that
right
earlier.
now. Mo and I talked about this.
Yes.
That is the one thing that I won't do right now. If we can get voter fraud taken care of, and if we can get the swamp taken care of, who on a running level I would be deathly afraid of, literally, then maybe. But right now I have no plans on running. I just have plans on passing that law that I'm working on to upgrade the Americans with Disabilities Act and enforce it, because right now it's like the way that it's set up is if the only way it's enforced is if somebody complains. So I could show up to a place that has what they call a designated wheelchair stall.
Okay.
But it's like the same size as the regular stall, and which means I have to leave my chair outside of the stall and possibly leave the stall door or the big door open, depending on, because I've had to do both, you know. But it would be up to me to call and report it. And so there's going to be people who just don't want to bother with that. I think across the board, it should be there.
Yes.
Call that catering to a demographic, but if you want to talk about the truly forgotten men and women, it's the disabled community still, because they are the ones that need the help. And some of them are always going to need the help to a degree. So you know what? I'm gonna do what I can out of office.
Do it.
And hopefully work with people that are good people in office. Like, I would love here on Long Island to work with Lee Zeldin, who I know is a Trump supporter.
Yes.
He's a representative here on Long Island, and I would love to work with him. There's a couple of others. I would love to work with what is his title? Not senator. Scott DeSantis, not Scott DeSantis, Ron DeSantis. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis. I would love to work with them. They're based in Florida. Yeah, but my ultimate is to get to the president, because like I said, he's a builder. He, at least for the jobs and for the actual structural. If people will update their buildings, maybe even give them a tax break. If you're willing to upgrade your facility to make it more wheelchair accessible, you get a tax break.
A tax break. Listen, everybody. Oh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was kind of freezing for a second.
No, I'm here. I hear an echo now, though.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, good. You can hear me now. All right. Go ahead. I was having problems over here.
No, that's it. I want to do things and make a difference somehow.
Good. You're gonna make a difference. So, you are making a difference. You hear? You're making a difference, and everybody, listen to everybody. Marissa, I'm gonna have her come on my panel many times. I'm gonna actually hit her up when we're done, and we're gonna do some things on this channel, because we need to shake things up. We need to bring this movement up more, because we need to take it up a notch, because 2020 will be here next year. Matter of fact, 2020 will be here in like 4 more months.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, listen. And let's keep doing this, y'all. Let's keep bringing it, because we need the breath of fresh air on here, because these people over there is not a breath of fresh air. They foul. They got foul cooking. Go ahead, Marissa, because I'm going to say some crazy stuff right now.
Go ahead.
Are you serious? Because I would cuss their asses out right now.
Go ahead.
Okay, listen, everybody. Get out your feelings. Leave your feelings at home, because I promise you, man. I promise you. So, y'all worry about internet stuff? This internet stuff is just a game. Why would you worry about a game? Worry about people being killed out there, you dumbass. Worry about that. You worry about real stuff instead of fake stuff, you dumbasses. Because I'm tired of this. Sit your goofy ass down. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm saying it. Yes. Usually when I have a special guest on my show, I keep my language down. But man, Fuck that. I said it. Next. Go ahead.
It's New York. New
It's
York
New
is
York.
right here. So you know what?
New York.
It's probably my fault.
Yes.
Anyway,
Get me out,
I
Josh.
know you are outspoken, but it's my fault this time because the New York in me brought it out in you.
Yes. Like, damn you. Like, damn you. You got me want to be petty right now. Y'all people don't want Maurice Duck to be petty, damn it. I don't give a fuck you and your feelings. Next. Oh, don't get me started. Don't fucking get me started. See, I'm cussing right now. Usually, look, literally, you call my one-on-one guest, I don't drop F-bomb, but for some reason, I feel comfortable doing it right now. I'm doing it.
I don't mind.
When I interviewed Brandon Tate, I did everything in my power not to cuss. I said, no, he's not a cusser. Look, I'm all holding it in. Then right after the video, I was cussing about Brandon Tate. Like, man, fuck that Brandon Tate. That's how I talk around him. But I try to do the reputation out there. I try not to. I want to ruin y'all shit.
No, I don't care.
I know you
That's
don't
how,
care.
yeah, that's how I am in
You
my.
said you don't care. I'm here.
Yeah, and I can see what you mean. Like, especially for people like Brandon Tatum and a lot of other people to
like we'll come on here. I
together.
kind of cut my language down a little bit.
You know who you need to have? I don't know if you've had her yet. Monique Worthy. Have you reached out to her?
No.
Do you know who that is?
No, who's Monique Worthy?
Oh my god. Okay, you have to look her up on Twitter and on Facebook. I'll text it to you. She is hysterical.
I forget.
She's so funny. You have to get her.
Okay. Oh, that'd be nice. Like, bring it, yeah.
She'll go off. It's so funny.
What's up, John? John, I'm out. Yeah, facts over feeling. God damn it. Look at it. Now you got me all being petty. God damn it. Shit. You know. Listen, everybody. This is Marissa. She's gonna be on my channel more. I'm gonna reach out to her. We're gonna do this, man. I'm serious. To bring it, because she's cutthroat too. I see it.
And what people, I don't know if you want me to bring this up yet or if you're going to bring it up later.
What the hell you going to say over here?
Okay. Well, one thing, if people do want to support anything, like what I say or anything, I'm looking for more subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, go.
You can go to my Facebook like page. So YouTube is you could search Push Past Paralysis. My interview with Anomaly is going to show up, but there's other ones of my channel.
What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to put you, hold on, give me a second. I'm going to go to your YouTube channel right now and put it in the chat room. I'll put it in my description box, but
okay.
I'm going to put it in the chat room for everybody to find her right here. She's on YouTube, got her own YouTube channel. Yes.
On Facebook, I'm Push Past Paralysis. It's a like page. And on Twitter, it's at Marissa Meleske. And my name's up on the screen, so you don't misspell it, because then you won't find me.
Here's a YouTube right here. I put a YouTube channel right here in the chat room. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Everybody, all right, Janine just subbed. Got new subs over here. All right.
Awesome.
All right. If anybody sub, press 1. If anybody sub to her, press 1. So I want to see.
I have a couple of political videos on there, but it's mostly, just either random videos or things that are, to me, in my Push Past Paralysis, under that subject.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, snap. Time is almost running out. It's almost been hours, 59 minutes.
I know.
And stay online. Stay online. I'm going to end this video a little bit. Anything you want to say before we end this video? So I'm going to let you close it out.
Nothing. Just thanks for having me. I had a ton of fun at the Newark cleanup. If anybody wants to do any in your own cities, definitely try to get in touch with Scott Pressler or Darius Mayfield. Scott Pressler, everybody knows. Darius Mayfield is Mr. Mayfield USA on Twitter.
Okay.
I think he's doing more of the East Coast ones. But contact them, and if it's within reason, somewhat close, I'll be there.
She'll be there. Did y'all hear that? I'll be there. She there. She there. You know what I'm saying? She down. You know what I'm saying? We over here just having some fun, everybody. I have fun interviewing you. You're very, man.
I love coming on here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And you'll be back on here, trust me. I've told you before, this is not going to be your last time on here.
I'll be back.
I would love to come on my late night rumbles.
Let me know.
If you're free tonight, you come on late night rumble. We got late night rumbles. I mean, seriously.
What time do you do it?
We do it like after 10. It's some late night after hour rumble. They might be arguing with each other like, oh snap. It's intense though.
Send me the information and the time and everything.
You know what? If you're not available or whatever, I'll just send a random link. If you're available, don't come on. Every day I'm gonna send you a link if you want.
Okay.
That's what I do. I'll send everybody a link. I'm gonna send you a link. Oh, okay. Gina, would you tell Marissa how intense it get at night? Oh wow. Then you don't go. You get out your character like, man, screw you. Everybody be yelling, playing the victim. It be crazy at night.
Oh man,
it be crazy at night. So that being said, y'all, we gone, and much love to y'all. And make sure y'all subscribe to our channel. It's in the description box right there. And much love you. Thank you, Marissa. It's an honor to have you on here. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you want to say some last words before I pull off here?
Oh, did you want to show the video?
Oh, I'm glad this. Well, hold on.
Yeah, we almost forgot. Yeah, and then we'll end there.
Oh, snap. Watch this. Look at this. All right, and you gonna comment it, okay?
Yeah, this is from the Newark cleanup.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. I've got you remind me, girl. All right. If anybody can see this. All right, we right here. Oh, my bad. Look at that. Right there.
I was sweeping some of that up.
All right.
They had this cool grabber thing that usually I used to use it in school all the time. I think it is for people with disabilities if they can't reach something. It's like a reach grabber. So I was using that to pick up the trash earlier in the day, in the afternoon.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was definitely not all the trash.
Right.
Darius he posted a video. He said there was literal tons of trash by the end of the day that they've ended up picking up. I was there for 4 hours. It was from the whole thing was from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I was there for midday 4 hours.
Right there.
So why are you out here today?
Because we aren't wanting the change, we are becoming the change.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Where are you from?
I'm North Side. I'm close by.
Yeah. Yep. I'm wondering where Cory Booker is today.
So no, looking for him.
Yeah. I even let him know we were going to be here.
Oh, really? Did?
Thought maybe some of the skirts and suits in our bureaucracy would be down here.
But it's just us and our.
Very nice. All right.
Beautiful, y'all. Look at this.
The woman who was speaking was my friend Rosanna from Smalls Nation. which is Patriot Apparel. That
I see you. Hey,
It's-
Marissa.
it's Smalls Nation is Patriot Apparel that is more subtle than just like a MAGA hat. She has the hat on and the Taking Her Back shirt. You can get it at smallsnation.com.
Mm-hmm.
Smalls with a Z.
Got you.
And then you can follow her on at Smalls Nation on Twitter and at Smalls_Nation on Instagram. I'm also on Instagram too, by the way, at Push Past Paralysis.
She's on Instagram, everybody. Look at this.
And my Twitter is at Marissa Meleske.
Look at this. Beautiful family right here. Look at this. This is on top. This is called your real family. This is not a dysfunctional family. You dig? It ain't that type of stuff going on right here. It's not dysfunctional. This is real stuff. This is real family over here. And this is a breath of fresh air to see a real family over here, y'all. Man.
Yeah, it's the people that you meet at an event like this is, you feel like you've known them forever.
Yes. Woo! Thank you so much for coming here, Marissa. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me on.
Subscribe to her channel. Go to her Twitter. And you will not regret it because she has a powerful message. She is living testimony. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm signing off here. And I'm going to talk to you, man. Stay on the line.
Okay.
Much love, y'all. Remember, we got to go ahead and keep America great. You dig? Next, holla. Holla, holla, holla.